As a confidant and coach to business leaders, I know a lot of people who are rich and miserable, and those on the opposite side of the spectrum. So let's pull it all together, shall we? We'll explore the intersection between wealth and joy. We'll look at the psychology, spirituality, and practicality of money, plus some of the things that make up a truly lucrative lifestyle. I'm your host, Mindy Kinnis, and this is the Lucra Life.
Hey, I am back in Arizona after about 10 days of travel. As you can hear, I'm out on the trail. This is something I definitely missed being away, was hiking. I don't hike every day, but I hike many days. For me, it's just a great way to get away from my desk, step away from the computer, and clear my mind, and also come up with ideas and content. I've always thought about going to where the ideas are, and if you don't spend a lot of time in nature or outdoors or in the wilderness, you're missing out, because that, my friend, is where the ideas are. As far as I'm concerned, they reside in the hills and natural world, so you just have to go out and get them and allow yourself the time and space to be where they are. But in addition to being outside, hiking, being in the wilderness, whatever it is that you like to do, you don't always have the time to do that. I know that. In the last week or so, I was in Chicago and Kentucky, and I didn't get out really at all, which for me doesn't feel very good. I can also feel today that I have been away from it. As soon as I started hiking today, I could feel it in my shins. They were like, "What? Like, what are you doing? You should stop walking." Obviously, I'm not going to do that, but definitely noticed the little break that I had. So one of the ways that I can up my ability to focus, because really this world is so loud, so noisy, so crowded with things and people and companies and everything trying to get your attention, that you absolutely have to have a plan in place to be able to mitigate that if you want to, one, get more things done, be more productive, and also just feel less stressed. It is a stressful experience being constantly notified of everything. So one of the things that I do is I am kind of anti-notification. I basically, almost every app on my phone, I turn the notifications off. And even above and beyond that, I usually have my phone on silent. So the way that I think about it is I will see it when I see it, or I'll get to it when I get to it. Every single day, I would at some point look at my phone and see if there are calls or texts or other types of notifications that I need to respond to. But for the most part, no one can reach me real time. And that is very deliberate. But on certain days or certain times of certain days, I take it one step further. And this is what I call radio silence. And that's actually putting my phone on airplane mode. This is what I do when I go into a writing session, or when I just want to kind of get away from whatever is currently going on or currently happening in my life, just to give me a little space from either the people or the circumstances or the experiences that I am currently going through. And what that space allows for is a shift in perspective. And that is one of the most powerful things that you can do to help yourself along in life is be able to shift your perspective. I say this all the time, but A Course in Miracles defines a miracle as simply a shift in perspective. So you can literally change your whole awareness just by shifting that. And having radio silence for me, it gives me the ability to protect my awareness and put up boundaries against all the things. And here's the interesting piece for me, and I'd love it if you try this and let me know what you think. But for me, even though normally I have my notifications off, I often have my phone on silent, there are not a lot of noises or notifications going on anyway. But to me, when I put my phone in airplane mode, it's almost as if it notches it up a level, as if just the energy feels different, because then nobody absolutely could reach me. Even if somebody wanted to call me or wanted to text me, it's not going to get through until I turn on my cellular or Wi-Fi. For me, it's like this next level of putting up a boundary that nothing could even get through. And somehow, just the energy of doing that feels different. When I put my phone in airplane mode, and maybe it's because I've done this so often and I'm just have trained myself to be used to it, but it's almost as if right away, instantaneously, my clarity increases, my creativity increases. I feel less weighed down by anything, really. Things that I need to do, people I need to get back to, clients, friends, whatever. Now, not saying any of those things are negative things in my life, but they are responsibilities to some extent. And just being able to, at short durations, sometimes longer durations, but being able to turn all of that off is really, really powerful. And I know there will be some of you that are saying, but Mindy, I couldn't possibly do that because my kids need to reach me, or my team needs to reach me, or my clients need to reach me, or my spouse, or whomever. And I'm not saying you need to do this always, all the time, but I do highly, highly recommend you take some time for just you, for yourself. You can probably hear in the background the sound of a leaf blower. And I have to tell you, I cannot stand that sound. That was when I was living in Scottsdale, Arizona. That was kind of an all day, everyday occurrence, because someone somewhere in the neighborhood would be blowing their leaves and blowing their dust. And I just think it is one of the greatest noise pollution aspects that currently exists. It is awful. Typically, where I live now in Sedona, it's generally much more quiet. But where I'm hiking right now overlooks a neighborhood, and that's where that sound is coming from. So let me wrap this up for you. It is crucial to be able to defend and protect your ability to focus. As I mentioned, one of the ways that I do that is to go into radio silence by putting my phone into airplane mode. And some of you, it may even freak you out, it may even give you anxiety just thinking about doing that. And I would say ever more important for you then to practice it. Try it out for 30 seconds, and then a minute, and then 2 minutes. And just see if the world is still spinning 2 minutes later, if any crisis has happened, or if maybe, just maybe, you're able to take a deep breath, breathe a little easier, let your mind relax into the radio silence and enjoy the peace that can bring. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave me a note under this episode at lucra.com. You'll find all the episodes there, along with a variety of free programs, free courses that can help you become world class as a coach, as a speaker, or simply as a human.
Ready to make your dream your reality? Let's build your business so you can do what you are here to do. I invite you to join my inner circle, the Lucra Collective, a community of like-minded entrepreneurs who got over the limiting belief that they needed to go it alone. Visit lucra.com to join today. That's lucra.com. Lucra, where wealth equals well-being.